President Aquino is optimistic that the framework agreement sealed by the government and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front will lead to genuine and lasting peace in Mindanao. The president based his optimism on the high degree of trust and cooperation between both sides. Rocky Ignacio reports.
President Aquino is hopeful on the framework agreement forged by the government and the MILF to attain lasting peace in Mindanao. In the annual Presidential Forum by the Foreign Correspondents Association of the Philippines, or FOCAP, the president said what is important is that both panels recognize that the agreement is a new level to give unity a chance in Mindanao. The president stressed this amidst the possibility that the Bangsamoro Basic Law could not pass in Congress if there will be some changes in the administration allies because of the incoming 2013 midterm elections.
Both parties to the agreement recognize that we will have to go through the constitutional processes. There are certain risks involved. But I think what you should highlight is the fact that both parties are committed to delivering as much as possible that which is within their capabilities. Okay? So instead of being negative about it, shouldn't we be positive that both parties are already exhibiting a high degree of trust and cooperation towards achieving the mutually agreed upon aims?
President Aquino also claimed that it is prudent for the government to implement the framework agreement than to continue the ARMM, which the president said is a failed experiment to attain peace and development in Mindanao. The president was reacting to the statement of former MNLF Chairman Nur Miswari that the new Bangsamoro will create more problems in the region.
With regards to Chairman Miswari's statements, this might be a failed experiment. It is in the realm of possibility, but what is reality is that the arm experiment is failed or has failed. And therefore, would it be prudent on our part to continue the failed experiment and the structures that led to a worsening of the situation? Or should we, as rational beings, step back and say, where were we wrong and how do we address and how do we correct it, so as to address the aspirations of our brothers in the arm or the new political entity?
The president reiterated that one of the highlights of his meeting with MILF Chairman Alhaj Murad is to transform the MILF fighters as normal citizens. He already asked Murad to give the government his priority list of the MILF freedom fighters.
He did say that their fighters should be made to feel that this was a right decision on their part. So there should be benefits that they would accrue from entering into this framework agreement, to which I responded by, perhaps you have a priority list. You know your people better, what they're capable of right now. And we will go through your priority list and implement it as far as practicable in the schedule and the items that you want to do. Dean Leonan is still in contact with them to precisely come up with that list of to transform the fighters to reintegrate them into society.
Meanwhile, President Aquino is expected to issue an executive order for the creation of a transition commission that will draft the Bangsamoro Basic Law to Congress. For the People's Television, Rocky Ignacio.